Hello, hello, hello. Yes, it is another video, and I know I have been very relaxed on getting my videos out there. I've been trying, but I am good and put one out, and this is definitely going to be a cool one. So I designed a chamber that I can use for checking, identifying, visualizing how light propagates through an environment. Oh, so here we are. There I am. Hello, everybody. So this is definitely going to be a good one. The light propagation testing chamber is a go. I've already created it, so I'm sorry, but I'm not going to be able to show you guys the creation process until I do another video. Um, so I'm several blocks below the level. I forgot where I was going to be logging in. Ooh, that is a secret area you do not deserve to know right now. Yes, you deserve to know. I'm just not going to be able to share it with you in this video. Oh, there's my lava creation zone. I just don't have a cauldron. So we're going to go to the bubble vader. I created a system for going up and down really quick, so I can go up the bubble vader and down. Really, it's just a big hole that lands on a slime block with some honey to help stop my fall. Anyway, so let's go. Now I've noticed that there is a little bit of lag involved here, so sorry about the connection. Hope to get everything worked out before this video goes out, but if not, you know what? We'll be alright. So, I'm going to take, not the bubble, yeah, garden exit, village road. We're going to go on the village road show. There's the garden. I'm careful, I want to close those doors, don't want any... Ah, that's a fun one. I want to take you there someday. Yeah, right up into the frozen tundra. Let's go through my little mob protection shield. It's quite effective, honestly. There we're going on a little pathway designed by Google. Yeah, it's got a bit of a serpentine problem. You know, if you drive on the roads of Las Vegas, try Google. It'll be entertaining. It's up pretty high, so I've gone from almost bottom level up to a pretty high mountain level. I have a nice little fishing spot and an iron farm, and there's the actual building. But I figured out something a little earlier. I am not going to be able to show you everything right now until I get myself a few things. So let's go ahead and go get those. I've got a geode, and I'm going to be picking up some amethyst shards so that I can make a couple of tinted glass blocks. I actually doing a run through on this video earlier and near burnt down my entire room. Had to rebuild, and I figured, you know what, I'll go ahead and include this in the video because it kind of brings some common sense to it, because you know a lot of people make these videos, they do everything in creation mode. Well, this is not creation mode. I try to do all of my videos in survival mode where possible, and this is the same world where I did the ocean monument portal, so it's just a different part of my world. I got it pretty much spread out across the bay. I got a nice little honey farm over on the right, and then my village in the background, but little open doorway to my amethyst geode area. There we go, and it's underwater, so I had to build myself a conduit. If anybody knows how the conduit works, it helps me to breathe underwater and gives me some night vision, darkness vision. Yeah, whatever. It just helps me to see when I'm in the caves. I love it. It's almost like daylight all the time. Never have to sleep. Don't bother trying it. Bedrock version, you can't put a bed down and sleep. Just a little bit different than that Java version from what I've seen. Turn around. Chamber. Oops. There we go. Sorry about that. I just don't know how to swim, apparently. There. Clearing this out was fun. Walled off that back wall, keep those spiders from coming in, among other things. Lots of torches. I love to spam me some torches. I'm not really interested in the fight all the time, so I'm just trying to get to the geode. Anyways, should be right here. There we go. Oh, looks like most of the amethyst shards are just still budding here. I'm gonna go to my other geode. I know I got a second one. Nope, not that way. That way this leads to, well, frankly, a different underwater area. It didn't really have much to it. So, here's my amethyst geode. Oh yes, and everything is quite prepared. I like it. There. Now I only really need two tinted blocks. I've got the rest of my farm filled out, so let's get going back. I don't need to take all of them because I don't need all of them. I try to just use the resources that I need. And I'm not trying to show you guys how to farm techniques, so forgive me if it causes any bitterness. So anyways, I've tried to make this as simple as possible, and I was using some netherrack and the flames and whatnot, but that's what nearly burnt down my building in the first place. So I'm just going to show you the preparations for it, and I'm sure it'll be quite enough once I get there. I'm going to do some basic things just to show you how light from a regular torch propagates. I'm going to show how light from various different sources propagate. One of my favorites is the brown mushroom. A lot of people should know that the brown mushroom technically puts out like 1 lux of light, which means it should. Well, my understanding was always that if it puts out 1 lux of light, it'll have light on around it. But my testing chamber is kind of proven otherwise, and it's making it a lot easier to figure out how this stuff works in Minecraft properly. Oh, wait a minute, that didn't work. I didn't mean to put it there. Close. There we go. Now it's safe. I don't want any monsters coming up in there, like that little one over there. I don't know if you can see him peeking his head out. But anyways, this has been a fun build. I've definitely had to take some time. I didn't get any of the designs off of the internet. I don't know if anybody's ever done this before, but I sure couldn't find anything for it. I designed a door using tinted blocks and some redstone mechanics. Also have never seen anybody else do the actual redstone clock that I have set up. So, if you find it interesting, just put a comment in the video below, or in the section below the video, of course, whatever. And I'll probably do a video to show you just how I did those. But like I said, today's video I'm trying to run through and kind of do a quick one over on the room itself, because it's pretty neat to see this propagate, and it gives you an idea of how your light will work in your world. So I have my oh, hey, look at that. I have my crafting table just around this. Oops, wait, wrong spot. There we go. My bad. And I need 2 tinted glass. There we go. So normally when I create this propagation area, I didn't need these 2 tinted glass, but I hadn't been playing with fire, so I've learned my lessons the hard way. There we go. And right there, see, fire propagates right onto the wool carpets right there and burned everything down. Don't need that. Anyways, so let's wait a minute. I need to fix that door. I forgot. It was placed on the wrong side last time I was here. And this shows you just how my redstone system works a little bit. It closes the door whenever, closes the tinted blocks and opens them depending on how the door is angled. So, boom, and oh, right, I gotta put that in there. Okay, oops, I can fix that. There we go. And it actually is in the proper position. There. Now when I go in, I can close the door, and the tinted glass will keep light from going through the door, because I don't know if you're aware of this, but doors do not stop light propagation. There, and it makes it nice and dark in here. goodness, you might want to turn your screen brightness all the way up if you're watching this, because that's kind of a necessity for this to work. So a torch, according to the internet, puts out a lux level of 14. But according to my propagation area that I'm seeing, which I can test up to 17 blocks, it only puts out a light of, well, there you go, 14, 13, boom. Notice how the light stops being new after the 14 point, which means it only goes out 13 blocks from the source. And this is something that was never really clearly explained, is that the source block actually counts as block 1. That was amazing to me. I needed this to be able to see that. So technically, it could be said that the torch only puts out a lux level of 13 blocks from the source. And that makes a big difference, because if you try to make any projects that have need for light to keep the monsters out, they will be spawning in your area, because boom, unless you put them 13 blocks apart, you could be making areas open up for your stuff. So anyways, like I said, I'm going to be trying several different things. I like this magma block. I thought this was a most interesting result. Magma blocks are supposed to have a lux level of, I believe, 4. But when you test them in my chamber, come on, I need to learn how to go through a door. Okay, so you can see 1, 2, 3, counting the source block. And that is obvious change in block color up until the following, which all hold the same color, which means, that there's no light going on to them. And I loved that. That was neat. Anyways, oh boy, it's getting dark. Once again, this is survival mode. Forgive me. Got to sleep through the night. I have not put this into creative mode, and I don't want to ruin my achievements that I can, gather from there. So let's go ahead and break this and try something else. Let's see. Now I want to put down my yellow block because it shows the source, but let's put down some dirt so that you can see the distinction when I put these things down. Let's go ahead and go with the, so the 1 sea pickle, haba haba haba. Close door, get the darkness, and you can see that it propagates 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks, 5 blocks, even though it's supposed to propagate 6, but you got to remember that source. So we try to put another one up in there, and we can see that the light levels increase quite surprisingly. Excuse me. There we go. I don't want the light interfering from the outside the box. That's why I use those tinted blocks. So it increases it up to the color change from 8 to 9. So it propagates out 8 blocks. The 9th and following blocks are all the same color, as you can see. Thus, 9 block total propagation, counting once again this source block. That's something I had to get used to. That's always thrown me off. Now I could show 3, but let's just show the maximum. I want to get moving along. I was actually impressed by how far the maximum goes. 4 sea pickles. That's all it takes. You get pretty much maximum light propagation. That's not bad. Gotta be careful. You put some ice up next to those things, it will melt the ice. So yeah, there we go. 14 plus the propagation, plus the base source block, if I can speak clearly. Alright, that's neat. Through the water, because water does not interfere with propagation levels. Now I want to try my favorite. Let's get some light in here so we can see what we're doing. Nope. I gotta pick that up. Gonna get that water out of there. Wouldn't want to ruin my redstone machine underneath. So, kind of tired of using the yellow concrete down there. I need to kind of make a visual, you'll see what I mean. So normally you can barely see that there's any light propagating on the source block there because the dirt doesn't exactly reveal the light very well, and that's one of the reasons I used that yellow concrete. If you didn't know any better, you'd think that the dirt was putting out 0 lux. But once I replaced the dirt with that yellow concrete, boom, then I put down that brown mushroom, boom, it instantly changes color from the other yellow mushroom blocks, which makes it easier, much easier to identify as a lighted block, lighted area. So the source block, because the brown mushrooms, according to the internet, put out 1. I always thought that they would put out 1 from the block, but that's it. So I have shown you how all these things work. I'd like to show you the shroom light and of course the glow berries. So we'll do that for the fun of it, but you can basically get a gist of how this is working. And this is just sheer entertainment value now. I hope maybe there was some entertainment value before, but I guess it just really comes down to how sadistic you are. You make yourself suffer watching my videos. Okay, so anyways, to get that, of course, we need some bone meal. And let's put down the yellow concrete source block. And we can go in there and take a look. Close the door. Standard. Now this whole building is surrounded in black concrete. I like the concrete because it makes a really clear source of light absorption. And there we go. So officially 13 blocks from the source. That makes it a total of 14 propagation. And I'm not sure. I think maybe I want to go down there and get that first before I just break it off. Anyways, so that was always fun. Anyway, I don't know what else to do. I just leave it at this. I want you to be able to explore it and have some fun for yourselves. And there's a lot of different light source blocks, especially with 121. Thank you for joining me, and you have yourself a good evening, good night, and good day.